Hey guys, hello again for the second time or for the fifth, depending which video you watch. But it's been about 2 weeks since I last posted my video in San Quintin, which was an update on my Baja trip and how everything is going. Since those 2 weeks, I've traveled now over 600 miles, and I'm in a city they call Ciudad Constitucion, which is a slightly bigger city than San Quintin. I just got here today. The past 600 miles have been pretty tough, to be honest. There's been a lot of hill climbing, a lot of deserts to cross, but I got to hug the Sea of Cortez. So I rode through the Sea of Cortez for a few days, that was beautiful. I got to see Mulegé, which is a small city with access to the Sea of Cortez, and they have a bunch of beaches lined up along that coast, which was incredible. So I stayed there for 2 days, and I'm slowly been making my way down to La Paz. Right now, as I sit here in this community, I am a total of about 130 miles away from La Paz. So once I get to La Paz, that's where I'm planning on taking the ferry over to Mazatlan. But so far, so good. It's been a great trip. I've had about like 3 people offer me a ride. I've only taken a ride once. So I'm about 45 miles in, and they said that if someone offered me a ride, I would take it. So I stopped to this restaurant to eat some lunch. I got to talking to this gentleman in this truck here, and he offered me a ride, which is perfect because I needed 40 more miles to go, and it's about 95 degrees out. So he's gonna give me a ride for about 40 miles, and I know it might be cheating, but I'm gonna take this shit. One guy offered me a ride all the way to La Paz, which would have been like a 400-mile ride on his car, and I couldn't take that. I was like, damn, that's way too much of a ride and defeats the purpose of what I'm doing here. But I did take the 40-mile ride because I was pretty beat that day. I had ridden 45 miles. I still needed another 40 to go. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. And it was great. That dude was good. I got to talk to him and know him. He travels down Baja selling clothes, so it was cool to connect with another person along this trip here. You know, along this ride, I've been asking people every time I stop, have they seen any other cyclists crossing this way or any other people traveling this way? And everyone just keeps saying the same thing. There's a German ultra endurance athlete. His name is Jonas, I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly. I'll put it here in the screen, but he is running 119 marathons across Mexico. So this is the only dude that people have seen pass the roads in front of me. So I haven't seen any other touring cyclists, any other people doing what I'm doing here besides local guys just riding their street bikes or riding their bikes in the morning to get their exercise in. So I thought it was pretty cool to find out about him. He is seriously a beast to be able to do that and run a marathon a day for 119 days across Mexico. So I'm gonna follow him on Instagram and kind of just get to know more of his journey. He had previously cycled all the way from Canada down to the bottom, the very south to Argentina, and broken the record. I think he had done it in about like 97 days. So this guy is an absolute savage. And he is the only one that's ahead of me right now as far as I know. But I'm sure I'll encounter someone else once I cross over Mazatlan and hopefully make some friends there. So far the bike is the question. Is there anything else wrong with the bike since the last 600 miles? So let's do a quick walkthrough of the bike and see what's going on with it. All right, here is the bike in all its glory, baby blue, with no bags. It is crazy how light this bike now feels with no bags. When I get to a place to stay, I take the bags off and I go for a ride. I feel so fast. I feel like a Ferrari compared to this huge truck just passing by here when I have my bags. That's what I feel like when I'm carrying my bags, a huge ass truck going right there. So has the bike broken down since the last update, the last 600 miles? Last time I spoke about my rim actually is held up. It hasn't fully broken on me, but what started happening was the spokes started to become loose. So every like 10-15 miles, 2 spokes would become loose and I'd have to stop and tighten it. I eventually got to a shop like two towns down, and he was able to tighten the whole rim, and it's been good since then. No problems, no issues. the rim a-okay. Yeah, baby. So talking about everything else, I got my chain. I installed a new one because the old one had worn out. After 1,500 miles of pure tension, it was becoming loose. I could have continued with it, but I figured it was gonna wear out my cassette, so I decided to get a new one installed. I wouldn't consider that braking, it's more of a wear and tear on the bicycle. One of the new items that I noticed today is the teeth on the small star right here are broken. There's about 3 of them that are broken in here, and because they are broken, they're making my chain jump every once in a while when I put a lot of pressure. So I tried finding a small star around here, but they don't have this size. So I might need to proceed forward into La Paz and hopefully get one from there. Other than that, no issues on the bike. Everything else has been normal. My rear brake is almost fully worn out, but that's just wear and tear. I need to change that out once I get to La Paz. But Baby Blue right here is pulling along and is going well. One of the most common questions I get whenever I stop to a restaurant is how many miles do I cover a day? And the answer to that question is I do anywhere between 40 to 90 miles a day. My longest day has been 90 miles, my shortest has been 40. On average is about 60, you know, so it can be very long days. It all depends on how many hills I have to climb or how early I get started in the day. So this bike has taken a beating, and it's normal to have wear and tear. So as I continue along though, it's been holding up well, and I've gotten used to the weight and my body's gotten stronger. So I don't foresee having any more complications there. And I'm staying an extra night here in this town just to rest my body before I finish the next 130 miles here. So anyways, I wanted to update you guys on that situation. Cheers guys, I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you guys in the next video.